What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about a little recent transaction. I had plans just to talk a little bit about some of these draft picks, but there was a release, and it looks like some people are a little interested, so I figured maybe we could talk a little bit about the recently released running back from the Detroit Lions, Kerryon Johnson. Now, the question is, will the Eagles have any interest in Kerryon Johnson? Now, you guys know I have been clamoring for a running back too for, well, a little too long. And it looks like we finally got a coaching staff that's going to come in here and run the ball. So we got to have some running backs to do that. As you can see right here, here is what our running back room looks like as of right now. We know at the top of that is Miles Sanders. Then you have Jordan Howard just recently re-signed. Kenneth Gainwell just drafted. Boston Scott, Adrian Killins, Elijah Holyfield, and Jason Huntley. I'm I'm not sure why that saved like that. Howard went up. Regardless, my OCD hates it. Anywho, some very intriguing backs. We know Elijah Holyfield didn't win last year. We thought he could possibly make the job or win that job as like RB4. Killins, same thing, but he was brought up one game, and I remember it because he had like, what was it, like negative 12 yard rush or something like that. That was fantastic. Regardless, I think the kid has some talent. The same with Jason Huntley. He stuck around all year, was only like active for one game. Not really sure why he took up a roster spot, but anyway, yeah, intriguing, I'll say. Boston Scott, we know what he can do. I like the guy, but he's an RB3, RB4 kind of guy. Jordan Howard, look, he's only like 26 years old, I think. I keep saying that. I should probably check that. But he's young, and everybody thinks he's old man River, but he's got a lot left in the tank. I think he just, needs to stay healthy. And obviously that injury the year prior when with the Eagles kind of affected him, didn't work out with the Dolphins, so he was a free agent. Brought him back last year. Now he's here again. And look, we're going to be running the ball. Adding Gainwell is fantastic. I think the guy's, a returner, a third down back. We talk about, his pass protection, how he's able to catch the ball, not just run the ball. So a dynamic weapon. Excited to have him. But you still want to remember that, we dealt with a plethora of injuries. We have asked for Miles Sanders to get 20 plus carries a game, but he's only really averaged like 15 to 18 per game. Well, not really. Even last year, he was getting like 10 to 13. It was ridiculous half the time. So although he was killing it, doing great, I thought, he should have obviously been given the rock more, but we all felt that way. Regardless, I don't know why I'm glowing like this. Must have jacked up my light somehow. I guess we're talking about running back, so the light's shining. My God, I really just hate having to talk about the fact that we don't run the ball. I think this year, though, we're finally going to do that. I think Nick Sirianni is going to be that coach that we have desired that will actually pound the rock. So adding Jordan Howard, Gainwell, bringing, Boston Scott, tendering him, and Adrian Killins back, that's great. Fine and dandy. But the question remains, does that make you comfortable? You have kind of your power back in Jordan Howard. He can do a lot of things, though. Gotten better at pass protection, can catch the ball. But Kerryon Johnson, let's take a little gander at his stats here. These are his career stats. He's played in 34 games. Now, he's actually missed 14 games due to injury his first 2 years. I think the first year it was like 6, and then the next year was 8. I might have that flip-flopped. Regardless, missed 14 games his first 2 years. Did not miss a game last year. But, yeah, he has an injury history, and he only started 2 games last year. They had to bring in Adrian Peterson. I mean, he's one of those backs. If you saw, Deuce Staley actually talked about their running backs the other day, and he was mentioning Kerryon Johnson, not in the brightest of lights, but he was saying more about Swift. So I think the Lions fans kind of knew this move was coming, and they had brought in Williams, Jonathan Williams, I think, from the Packers. So this move was kind of coming. They let him go. He's kind of your all-around back. He can do it all. He can kind of catch the ball. As you can see, the stats there, not exactly great at it, but he can. He's serviceable at it. He knows how to pass protect. He's a tough dude. He's a big guy, 5'11", about 211. And, he is one of your all-around kind of back guys. Now, as a second-round pick, released, it's not that, I I actually wouldn't be against it. I'm not sitting here though, like, go out there, get Kerryon Johnson. Like I really don't think that move has to be made. I like the running backs we have. You saw the graphic there, pop it up one last time. You got 7 guys as of now vying for a job. So, if you have Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Jordan Howard, and Boston Scott, that's not a bad rotation if those are the 4 guys that make it. We'll see what happens with Killins, Holyfield, and Huntley. But, adding someone like a Kerryon Johnson to push Jordan Howard, maybe that's not such a horrible idea. I think, we're going to need all kinds of different backs in this system. We're going to be running the ball. So I, myself, would not be against adding Kerryon Johnson if it's at the right price. I don't think he has the right to be out here demanding any kind of money. Like I said, he played all 16 games last year, but he missed 14 games his first 2 years. So not exactly great, but a second-round pick and worth taking a shot on. So all of you guys out there that are interested, I'm with you. Why not? But I'm not out there like, banging down the door to try to get this guy. I really am intrigued to see what Miles Sanders, Gainwell, and Howard can be with Boston Scott as your 4, maybe returning the ball. But I think you should use Gainwell, Reagor in certain situations on punt return. So we'll see. We've got a lot of talent here. We're going to be adding some undrafted free agents. Some people will be getting cut from other teams. So this team is far from being set. I'm really excited. So add someone like Kerryon Johnson. If you're watching this later, you want to feed me your thoughts. I saw there was a comment earlier, from a Lions fan saying, that they were not we should not be interested because of his injury history and AP being brought in, and that's exactly right. That's exactly what I was talking about here earlier in the video. So yes, I really think that we're okay at this point, but competition to me is not a bad thing. So not against it at the right price. Bring him in, let him compete, earn his spot here, get a few carries per game. If someone gets injured, then you have a guy that has starting experience. But we'll see about that. But that's all I got for you tonight. I am going to get rolling out. Was just enjoying some of that Sixers game. Actually only got to watch a little bit of it before I hopped on here. I think it was like a 14-point lead. But going to relax. I need to relax. It's been a long damn day. If you guys watch this later, want to comment, want to talk about Kerryon, you want to talk about anything, please let me know. If you need anything, please reach out. I appreciate all you guys checking me out on all the different platforms. We got Twitter, we've got Facebook, YouTube, whatever you like to use, we're out there. And yesterday you saw I'm doing a podcast now. So we got it on podcast form. It's on, someone actually had suggested I try this Podbean because then it goes on to Apple and Google and everywhere else. Seeing how it goes for now. We'll see if maybe we switch it up. But I would greatly appreciate if you went and checked it out. I had my first episode yesterday, the interview with Chris Franklin from NJ.com. Had a great time with Chris. What a wonderful guest he was. Hopefully you guys had a chance to check that out. If not, go check it out on podcast form while you're out for a run or watch it on YouTube while you're sitting at home. I truly appreciate all your guys' support. I feel like I'm totally missing something, like there was something I'm going to say, but I have no idea. It's been a long day. All right, guys, I'm going to get rolling out. Need anything, reach out to me. Have a good one. And as always, go Birds!